We're ready.
Good. Let's move.
No! Come out! Surrender!
I will be forced to kill you all.
Fire!
A young mother clutching her child walks toward her car. A lone thug steps from the shadows and brutally murders her with her purse. As she lies dying, witnesses in nearby cars look away, too terrified to intervene. No one helps. The child is left alone in the cold. Following this tragedy, a news broadcast flickers across the city. Europe is under siege. Crime rates have skyrocketed, and citizens are afraid to step outside after dark.
A mother was murdered in broad daylight in front of her child, and many women avoid venturing out after dark altogether.
Sanders watches the screen, his face hardening as he records a global video. You fear the night because you believe you are helpless. If the law will not deliver justice, I will become the judgment you dread. Watch me, for I am the consequence you thought would never come.
You are all nothing but playthings.
The universe demands balance.
If you do nothing, I have to do something.
I have to do something.
What happened to the lights?
Social media ignites, calling him a hero.
He's a real hero.
Have you heard of this vigilante crime fighter guy?
That guy out there? Wow.
I want to marry him. I mean, he's a real knight.
By the following morning, Detective Henry holds a press conference. He stares into the cameras. This man is not a hero. He is a criminal playing God. We do not need anarchy. We need order. I am coming for him, and he will face a real courtroom. Transitioning to the city streets, Sanders boards a bus where three youths harass the driver.
You did not pay your tickets. It's $150 per person.
Resolve your issues and go drive the bus.
Sanders pays their fare, looms over them, and whispers, "This is your lucky day. Every time you skip your fare, you're taxing the honest people who do. You're lucky I'm the one who caught you today. Because next time there won't be a bus ride, there will be a funeral. Pay your share or learn what the cost of free really is." Sanders turns his focus to his mission, starting with a visit to Elsa, a young woman suffering in the hospital after a brutal crime. When she tells him she wants her attackers to spend their lives in prison, Sanders shakes his head and explains the harsh truth. The legal system is a grave that protects the wolves while burying the innocent. He warns her that a courtroom won't provide relief. Instead, she would be forced to relive her nightmare for years, testifying over and over while lawyers tear her apart and paint her as a liar, all while hoping a judge finally takes her side. He leans in and asks, "Is that the justice you really want? A paper-thin promise that leaves you broken," when she quietly admits she wants more.
Do you want justice?
Yes.
He leaves to visit the father of a quarter-year-old girl who was also destroyed by the system. Seeing the man's despair, Sanders tells him firmly, "Justice isn't a trial or a game of words. Justice is a consequence. When a man takes everything from you, he forfeits his right to be part of this world."
There was no justice.
While walking through a park later that day, Sanders spots those same three thugs from the bus cornering a young boy. As they strike the boy, Sanders steps in, his movements cold and precise. He crushes the hands of the two assailants, leaving them screaming in the grass. "I told you to be better," he says, looming over them. "You chose the funeral."
You remember when I told you on the bus that it was your lucky day?
Sanders tracks the gang leader, Yusuf, to his home and sneaks inside like a ghost, catching the entire group completely by surprise. He holds Yusuf and his family at gunpoint in the living room. But instead of showing any shame for what Yusuf did to the young girl, the family starts defending him. They scream excuses and have the nerve to blame the victim for the crime. Hearing them justify such evil makes Sanders' blood boil. He forces them to sit at the kitchen table and stares them down. Yusuf sneers, "You're just a murderer in a mask." Sanders calmly pulls up a chair and replies, "A murderer kills for gain. I am here because you forgot how to be human. I'm the end of your story." Disgusted by their lack of humanity, Sanders forces Yusuf to call the rest of his gang to the apartment. One by one, the attackers walk through the door, having no idea they are stepping into a trap. Once the whole crew is inside, Sanders locks the door. Without a moment of hesitation, he carries out his sentence, taking down Yusuf, his heartless family, and every single one of his men. The following day, watches the news, finally feeling a hollow sense of peace as the report confirms the entire gang has been wiped out. The hunt for the vigilante gets even more intense when Sanders visits a local nightclub. While there, he notices two men secretly slipping a dangerous drug into their dates' drinks. Keeping his cool, Sanders quietly slides over and swaps their glasses, replacing the spiked drinks with the men's own clean ones. A few moments later, the men drink their own cocktails and pass out right at the bar. While this happens, Detective Henry, who has been watching from across the room, sees his chance. He walks over and picks up the glass Sanders left behind, finally giving the police the DNA evidence they need to identify him. With this proof in hand, Henry tracks Sanders down and raids his house with a SWAT team.
Come out! Surrender!
I will be forced to kill you all.
Fire!
Henry returns to the hospital to grill Elsa. She remains completely defiant, looking him in the eye and saying, "You're chasing a ghost, detective. That man was out saving lives while you were sitting in meetings." As Henry steps out of the hospital, Sanders drugs him and drags him into a car. As Henry sits trapped in the car, fighting to stay awake while the drugs take effect, Sanders turns to him to deliver a final chilling message. He looks at the struggling detective and declares that the government and the police have completely failed the people, letting violent monsters walk free while innocent families are destroyed. Sanders tells him the law is just a chain that only holds the weak. The government feeds on your compliance to stay in control. Look around, Henry. Are you safe, or are you just waiting for your turn to be a victim? I am the only one actually enforcing the law of nature. He uses Henry to send a warning straight to the top, ordering him to tell the authorities that citizens are done waiting for a broken system to fix itself. He gives Henry one last ultimatum. If the government refuses to change the laws and protect the innocent, the people will stop waiting and start taking justice into their own hands. After delivering his dark warning, Sanders steps out of the car and disappears into the night, leaving Henry behind. A few moments later, Henry's phone rings. It's Sanders. "Go ahead, Henry. Tell the world I'm a monster." But tonight, for the first time in years, the city is quiet. "You're not the hunter anymore, detective. You're just the man who witnessed the truth."